out of this world. I mean, it's
right.
That's a all-star performance of all-star performances. The thing is, Starbound's been kind of shut out this entire series so far, or so it feels like. Now that being said, towards the end of Lotus, we saw that operator really coming online. So this might be perfect timing for a WADA to take a series off of Shopify, an undefeated team in GC this year, like we've been talking about. It's like a heavy mid-pressure from Shopify so far. That drone did scout out Starbound. He's going to have to come through.
And it does. That Hunter doing a little bit of damage on a Dodo Nut. Traded back, though. The Spike is kind of stuck in no man's land right now as Shopify are trying to push the matter, including the clone. Swing back, so Starbound's there to control the rotations. And it's not just Starbound. You've got Power Pixel who's close by, too. Oh boy. If Starbound gets off like this on the first round, I mean, there might be a lot to be talking about. But Noy and Sarah are there to kind of counter this and swing back the tides at least a bit.
Shopify are really good on these post plants on Ascent. It's kind of where they shine. They have a lot of different layers into these fights. I mean, you have the double aggressive Sentinel utility. Yorukun baits out the trip.
Oh, is Noya tucked up far enough to where they... Oh, my goodness. It doesn't matter. Noya
Perfect.
With 3 on the round. Beautifully played. And now Juna feels the walls closing in. Shopify, again, a pistol. I believe that's 5.
Yeah. And an important one as well, right? The defensive side pistol round win is so important for the double Sentinel comp to get going. And that's where, like, things really get out of hand, especially if you can convert the bonus, which is, like, really easy to do with the double Senti. So this is the best start that Shopify could hope for, considering the fact that they are running a double Senti comp of their own.
The pistol lows continue to follow WADA.
So that's the power of the Cypher on attack, I feel like. It's a little bit easier to want to take some of these duels because of that camera info, but oh my gosh, you were so right, Doug. If Starbound's hitting shots like that,
yeah,
this might be a tough map for Shopify Rebellion. You are gonna have to play some very, very clean Valorant with utility, with spacing to try to get the trades on the Starbound when they're connecting shots like that. How many thrifties will we see? Will this be another one? I still think it's a long shot, but it's a good start for the defensive side. Clone was baited out already as well. Noya's going to have to find an entry.
Yeah. Meanwhile, that's happening as Noya's looking for that entry that you're mentioning. I do love how Donut played this. A fake TP back A. Meanwhile, back B, excuse me, while fully exploring A. I love what Donut just did there. That opens up A.
Yeah, sniffing out the entire defensive setup there. This is an obvious B stack at this point.
Left.
Once this trip breaks, Noya will be able to turn around quickly, get some freebies, and be main. Should be taken out, though. I don't think you can take out 5 members.
I don't know that Noya's going to get any. No.
Take out any.
That's all right. Sarah's Bulldog will clean up 2. Weapon upgraded, though, onto Astralis. And again, WADA are not the type to just die to the spike. They like to fight. And so that looks like that's going to be the case here.
I got to point out this Outlaw. I mean, this could do some damage, man.
There's
the first.
Light armor still on 2.
Oh.
Sarah's got 3 on the round. Astralis left alone. Utility becomes a problem. The spam connects. SRG get up to 2. I think I want us to keep a close eye and continue to follow, Dre, what Donut's doing with the Yoru.
100%. The use of the clone so far has been pretty good, and it's been cat presence on both rounds. And I think that that's really important because something that Shopify didn't do very well last time they played against WADA on this map was baiting out some of this Sentinel utility. They really struggled to do so, and when they did, there was a lot of fight behind it from WADA's side. We need to play it methodically. It's time of ice towards A. That wall should get baited out by a clone unless it's spammed. Now that wall goes up. And it's only Mel in the site right now, though. They don't know.
Nope, they don't. Donut is arriving. They've gotten all the way out past the utility. Juna's still down in hell, though, dealing with plenty. The Power Pixel up in heaven, dealing a little bit of damage of their own. The spam connects out from Mel. Starbound left in a 1v3.
Spike planted.
There are concerns, Dre, when you have a team like SRG, who's as prolific as they are, that when they lose a map, things often go one of two ways. And the thing is, there's rarely a middle ground. It's often the extremities, right? Either you have awakened the beast and you're going to get destroyed, or you've got him a little shook, right? Given SRG's experience, given SRG's pedigree for winning,
Yeah.
you would assume, and given the last 3 maps, we were inclined to say, it does seem like they have awakened the beast of Shopify Rebellion Gold.
Yeah, this is, especially after that entry too. Yeah, this is a different Shopify Rebellion, completely bouncing back after that loss on the last map. Maybe feeling like that should have been their map for the taking, because it did feel like it was like that. Shout out to Bucky.
Yeah, and it's always Femboy with the shotgun of some kind. There was the Bucky that you mentioned. 3 sheriffs left. Shopify can accelerate A. I mean, they have the whole map to do whatever they want to with.
It's an amazing start from Shopify, and relying back to the fundamentals after being up 2 is a testament to that. This is where Shopify shine. This is what sets Shopify apart from every other team in GC, is falling back on those bunnies.
Power Pixel with 3. And all of a sudden, we're back to our ways on Lotus. Who's going to be the equalizer for SRG? Somebody has to be able to stabilize this, because this is where things got messy. This is where things got out of hand. 2 rifles left. Sarah has ult too, but choosing not to play off site. And now they know that. So you don't have to worry about the 100 shock on the tag. Power Pixel with the ace. And that's another thrifty. WADA on the board.
I'm praising Shopify for their fundamentals, and rightly so. Power Pixel gets swung by multiple members there of Shopify, but just connects some outlandish shots. I mean, let's get the replay of it. It is what it is. This is Valorant, baby. This is what makes this game so great, is that an individual can step up in moments like this and completely take over and turn the tide. That is a round that Shopify had no reason losing, even in the 2v2 at the end. But heroics take WADA over the edge, something that the desk was talking about after that Lotus map. And now Shopify need to forget about that last round.
Camera taken out.
Look forward, because they did a lot of things right in the early game. Now, I will say a downfall of Shopify on this attack side map is a bit of overcooking in the mid round. And this time they're just going to get picked apart piece by piece.
Yeah, not having anyone helping control mid there feels tough if you're Noya. Like, you shouldn't be able to get away with that. Now Juna's up really far. Power Pixel's up far as well. WADA playing really aggressive here.
I thought for a second we were going to see something bad happen, but the trades were there.
Some silliness.
Yeah, I mean, would you be surprised?
No, not at all.
Jump spot. We'll find out where Starbound is. Now, you do have Yoru flashes and an ultimate to use to kind of get Starbound off of this angle.
Teleport's ready.
There it is. Just get some space, but it's still
30 seconds left.
very, very tough to get back into things here. The reposition from Donut. Keep that in mind, though. Look at that. Look at the sensors placed as well. This isn't a round win for WADA by any means. You still have a grab net, too.
Yeah, there's that net that you were mentioning. The sensors will cause problems. Donut TPing back boat.
Oh.
And that's one found. Starbound now down, and now it's a 2v2. Donut playing from backside. And you can tell, look at Australis. They're still concerned about main. They have no idea
the stun.
Donut's back here. All of a sudden, it falls into a 1v2. Astralis have to push back side. Positions of both given away. A 3K for Dodonut as SRG gets a 4.
The Yoru tech that we just witnessed from Dodonut paired with Alexis post-plant utility was like a chef's kiss moment. This looked like it was just going to be over before it even started into the round, but the repositioning with both teleports, the deadlock ultimate use, and that stun landing on both members, actual chef's kiss moment. This was an amazing turnaround of a post plant. What a job well done from Shopify. What an answer back after a thrifty round. Another first blood for Shopify Rebellion against the eco round of WADA. An aggressive sensor place that gets shot after the ping on the wall. Now you kind of have to show presence A again. That's why you see Noya kind of holding that space. Everyone leaning for the defense towards B site.
I know
where the
exactly
wall is.
where you are.
Oh, but look at the ult from Noya. Gives all the info in the world.
The wall's going to be a problem. Yep. And that's the spike on the other side. The TP through.
Not again.
They've managed to get past it. Thought there might be a little bit of disaster there. Juna playing on the other side. Trying to slide out of chest the right time, but the Guardian in that spot will not connect. Donut gets 3 on the round. Starbound's the only one left with the rifle. Forced to sit back and watch on the other side of the deadlock wall. And Noya is there to decapitate. Beautifully done. Astralis, a 1v5.
This time avoiding disaster. The thrifty won't come through for WADA. Last time these two teams played, Doug, it was a 6-6 half on the same half. Like WADA on the defensive side.
Yeah.
Got up to 6. This one feels like it's getting a little too out of hand, and it's just not what you want when you're playing against a double Senti comp on attack, against a double Senti comp on defense. It's so funny how the Teo meta kind of shifted this map to be more attack-sided. But now we're seeing double Senti comp be more attack-sided. I feel like WADA need to stop this bleeding, and they need to stop it now. Otherwise, it's just going to be too late.
Didn't Donut just have ult? Donut had ult 2 rounds ago.
Donut has been playing lights out this entire series.
Now gotten all the way back A. The TP through from Mel once they realize that the site is safe and theirs for the taking. All flooding in behind it. This is a great round from SRG so far.
You do have Juno's Vice ultimate to invest into this round, and you kind of have to.
Yeah. You can't really afford to let it get much worse than this, given you're on defensive side, given that it's map 3. Things haven't really connected for you. The problem is here, Dre, is they're waiting. Oh, they're waiting a real long time. Alexis with 2. The Sheriff is clean. What? Make that 3. Alexis looking for more, and well, for good reason. A flawless round as SRG really starting to pull away here.
Forget the problem being the time. The problem is Alexis. She is an absolute problem in the server right now. The post-plant deadlock utility, this time the awareness of that Vice ultimate probably being used into this round, so you still have a Sheriff from when you did your thrifty. I mean, jeez, man. What nice shots from Alexis. The aim really shining through right there. And that was a big ultimate invested from WADA to not convert into a round win. And now Shopify put themselves even further in the lead. First timeout used from WADA. I don't really know what you can do to stop this bleeding. It felt like nothing is working. WADA are clearly willing to play retake on this A side of the map. We've seen that in their last matches on Ascent. The problem is the retake is just not working at the same level as it was in the past. And a part of that is a testament to how good the post-plant positioning is for Shopify. They positioned very well against that Vice ult. They kind of wanted to disrupt it. That's why you saw a member on Cat. That's why you saw a member close door. Close Jenny, I should say. Even a player sitting out of range, which was, I believe, Sarah, sitting all the way out of range of it in A main to kind of flood back in and help with anybody coming out of heaven. So Shopify have prepped really well on this map. They're not trying to have a repeat come through. And you're seeing it right now in real time.
The beast has been awakened. 5 rounds between these two. And it's, again, the shotgun for Femboy.
Hasn't really been getting much value, though.
Nope.
We saw Starbound getting some value early on, but Shopify Rebellion have done a good job of navigating after those couple of rounds.
Wall is still up in play. Try to funnel them in to lane.
It's just Shopify doing a really good job of baiting this utility out there.
Yeah, it's been beautiful. And the concern, though, is that they're doubling down on this. They are not rotating away.
Player standing.
Kills traded back and forth. Starbound left in a 1v2. The tit for tat goes the way of SRG. Unless Starbound can do something about it.
Teleport's ready.
With a classic. Didn't even have... Yeah, it doesn't even have headhunter bullets. Dodging the flash. Alexis gets 3. SRG continue to pile it on.
Yeah, now you have another deadlock ultimate to use on the gun round buy of WADA. You're in a really good position right now if you don't get picked from this operator of Starbound to further this lead. Cement your undefeated run all the way to the grand finals, right? Starbound sitting at 5 and 8 with that op, positioned towards mid. Gonna take all that mid space. And you know Shopify are going to be aware of this operator buy. They're going to maneuver around this. They're going to try to find out where it's at. At deep TP being used to get close into mid, maybe even punish.
You hear the op. TP's there. Donut gets a kill on a Femboy.
I don't know how that fight is won, Doug.
Yep.
That feel like maybe all that shotgun being used makes it so your rifle isn't that warmed up for Femboy at like the worst time.
Yeah, we'll see if we can look at that one again on the replay. Because that one was tough. SRG in a really nice spot here. We get another round. They're up in numbers advantage if they clear this 50. Astralis repositions. All of a sudden, this site doesn't feel nearly as open as it did before. Look at this spot from Dodonut. This is beautiful, but the op is ready for it. Look at Starbound. Now rotating away. So Dodonut might get a window here. No TP set up.
Here.
Yeah, I think Dodonut's absolutely got this timing down to a book.
There's a kill on Najuna.
And then you double back. Yeah, it's a beautiful call. Another deposit in mid, Doug. They're running circles around WADA right now.
They're in the walls.
Literally.
Camera taken out.
Look at the timing. You know someone's pushed out a B, so you decide to creep on up a little bit so you don't get seen from tiles. And it probably nets you, if not 1, 2 kills here. Unless...
Starbound falling. The op now down.
Wow.
And they're not going to have the money to really invest into it again, so maybe we'll get another Bucky pistol round of some kind. Pixel's gotten 2 on the round, but there's just not enough time here.
Doug, you highlighted the way that Dodonut has been like maneuvering around the map really early on.
Yeah. Yep.
And this round just kind of cements that into effect. Dodonut has been having so much value on this attack half. That deposit, hearing every single rotation because of the main pack of Shopify running out mid, like audibly, like making all that noise. It finds this timing, and then you're able to like have Noya get the deposit in top mid. Here, the second layer of rotations. That is... I don't know what you can do right now. Shopify are playing a near perfect attack side half with the composition that they're running, and they have dismantled the defense of WADA.
Here.
Interesting here. Femboy's got a Marshall.
I mean, the Bucky's not working. You gotta find a gun around the same price, right? Maybe this
Anything
is
that sticks, huh?
Maybe this is the time. I just feel like Shopify has such a good read on this.
Mel's gotten tagged up already.
Yeah.
Paranoia will buy a little bit of time, and they've got to realize that there's a lot of pressure coming in from A, so they accelerate elsewhere on the map. That's the correct play, and that's exactly what SRG are doing. Power Pixel has an ace. You're going to have to deliver again with the Sheriff. Not a single kill found. The side is theirs.
And now you have multiple trips set up. You have the deadlock wall and spawn as well. Smoke and market to make it even worse to run through. Yeah, this was probably one of the best attack sides I've seen a team run with the double sentinel comp. This has been phenomenal.
It's been perfect. And this is the fun thing too is, for as much as we've talked about how insane SRG has been, this is how a double senti attack side comp should look, right? Like this is, and this, I want to be perfectly clear about this because SRG are up 9 and the timeline, and they've won 6 rounds in a row and blah 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 blah. This is insanely difficult to do. This is 100%. Not like Shopify aren't just like cruising through this. They're dominating WADA, but to put together an attack side performance like this on a double senti comp on Ascent is really freaking impressive. And that's a testament to FEs, to the rest of the coaching staff, to the prep they've put into this map. This is really hard to do.
The last time these two teams placed on this very map, like Shopify were getting caught out by tons of mid-trap setups. I mean, like just not really clearing out utility. And it's just been the complete opposite of that. They're kind of ready for everything. I mean, even Sarah was ready for that mid wall. Yeah, it doesn't go their way, but we'll see. We'll see if WADA can string together their second round, or if Noya has just brought things back into Shopify's favor off of that pick on B.
Yeah, brother, a 9-3 is a miracle right now.
Yeah. And then you also like have to win pistol round.
Yeah. Which they haven't been able to do all series.
Mboy was able to reposition towards B. With the smoke there, clone was used. It kind of makes audio towards market where Starbound is, though. That's kind of not what you want. Now, Shopify might be where someone's in market. Someone's in market, and it doesn't matter anyway.
They know. Now they know. Don't have to worry about any of the vice utility. The June is dead. This attempted two-prong approach at controlling market, controlling stairs does not pay off. Femboy falls. Starbound has to give the line up. And that up has just been entirely ineffective.
I was about to say, Doug, I've seen the story before. I've seen the numbers down advantage go the way of Shopify almost every single time, ending B.
Donut has 1 HP. Still gets a kill. Still gets away. That's the kind of game that we're getting out of SRG right now.
It's over.
It's not.
Last round in the half.
It's over, no? I mean, this feels like it's over. 10? And I feel like WADA had everything they needed in this round to close it out. But somehow Juna gets picked onto B stairs, and that gives Shopify the confidence to end B again, where they've already won numbers down plenty of times. WADA are lost, and they seem to not be able to recover right now.
I don't know how they get through this. Another roll.
Connects too.
Sarah's getting value off of the 100 Fury. This is Rax. I don't know. Yeah.
It's just a beatdown at this point. Shopify are rubbing dirt into the wound.
Yep. They've awakened the beast.
Absolutely brutal attack side from Shopify Rebellion, and Starbound just gets taken out willy-nilly. Wow. What? I mean, they have truly awoken a different type of Shopify Rebellion. Like, after the crazy, chaotic last 3 rounds of Lotus, to bounce back like this on a map that a team has beaten you on before is so impressive. This is why Shopify are one of the most dominant teams and have been the most dominant team in Game Changers for years.
Yeah. Brother, I would like to remind you that if not for the Power Pixel ace,
Yeah.
it's
0.
12-0 right now.
Yep. And yeah, that round, I mean, caster cursed for sure. But I guess we did WADA a favor there. Look at this aggressive TP in mid. Mel's actually taking it as well. I mean, they don't care.
Oh, and the paranoia.
Shopify do not care.
Fully sending it. Starbound gets 2, yes, and the spike's going to rotate out, but they have a trip on the other side. I love how they did that. What a cool idea. It doesn't look like it's going to pan out, but they went for the jugular.
And I wonder if that's like a preset pistol, like from, I don't know,
1000%.
just like pre-planned, or
Yeah.
they're like, yo, we're up 11-1, let's run X play, you know, that we've done before.
Oh, sure.
Because it is a pretty crazy play to run, right? Like, and you know what? They're not out of it yet. This is crazy.
At 2v, now becoming a 2v3, certainly makes this more interesting. Starbound's flame timing should take all the interest out of this, though. Sarah's left in a 1v3, and WADA do what they have failed to do this entire series. They've won a pistol.
And also win a numbers advantage on this map specifically. If they, you can check that one off your bingo cards as well.
Yep.
It was a must-win pistol. Now, do I believe that WADA are going to make this run? Not yet. If you can come away from this round unscathed with a very healthy buy, which it looks like they are investing in, and then also convert the bonus, maybe we can make a case. But I still think that you have to assume that Shopify are going to run away with this one eventually, right?
You would think.
Let's see. This is nothing new from WADA's attack side. They like to do a 1-3-1 with Chamber kind of prodding up middle. Femboy, much like how Dotonut likes to play, likes to get deposited in these close cat corners, and I think that's why you see that off angle from Dotonut being used. That's a great entry. The silent stack on A as well. Like, WADA don't know this.
Mel had a shot at something there, but Power Pixel was there on the trade. All good, though. As Noya tried being... Yeah, as Noya tried being the sneaky beaver there. All it's going to be Starbound's 2 quick kills with the Outlaw, including very flashy ones at that. Should secure the round as Dodo Nuts faced with 3. Starbound gets 3 of their own, and so do WADA.
Yeah, you secure most of the heavy hitting guns as well. Now, this is where things get a little weird. I feel like if you're WADA, you have to go for the full buy when the enemy team is on 11. You need to convert the bonus, right? Like, if you lose the bonus and Shopify get on 12, like you're playing for OT, that doesn't feel... It almost doesn't feel winnable. You know, like, you lose this round, you're down 12-3. Like, what are the odds of you actually making the comeback? Yeah. So, the fact that they're not fully investing into this round doesn't give me the confidence that they think they could even come back into this game.
Mm-hmm. Or you're just playing the... Yeah, that's a really tough spot to be in. I get it, though. I get what you're saying, and you're not wrong.
And we'll see, though. If Starbound can pull off some heroics with this Outlaw, there's only 2 members of Shopify with light armor for it to be a one-shot body. If Starbound so happens to find one of those players, that's maybe a saving grace.
Maybe.
So far, these passive trip setups from Shopify look really strong. Now, Shopify struggled with controlling mid the last time around, but that's... I mean, Donut hitting pixel angles like that is a good way to control it. So this is getting really hard for WADA to climb back into as soon as this Omen runs through this smoke. They're dead as well. Australis needs to be very, very cautious here.
30 seconds left.
There's no comfort in the world that would allow Australis to push up A main right now. You're doing it fully knowing there's risk on the other side. And Australis wins the fight anyway.
Oh my goodness. 10 seconds though.
10
Not a
seconds
lot of
left.
time. You still have to deal with the Odin on the other side. But
No way.
it's a no-scope from PowerPixel, and all of a sudden it seems like they will be able to get the spike down, barring a delay from SRG.
Spike planted.
Just about a second left. A 2v2 now as the round resets. PowerPixel, no utility. Astralis not much better off. Just a flash for Dodonut. The prize possession left in this round. Off the flash. Swing. Snapping over to PowerPixel. 1v1. Astralis weak. And of course, it's SRG's president, Noya, winning out the 1v1, getting SRG to series point.
Power of the regen armor right there in full effect. There was a lot of damage done on Noya there, making, I believe it was Australis thinking that maybe Noya's one shot range right there. But that regen armor coming up right on time, Australis had to hit a headshot. That just couldn't be done. So although it almost got crazy and scrappy and it looked like WADA was going to do it again.
I mean, it got crazy.
It did.
It's not crazy?
No, it got crazy. It got crazy.
All right.
But amongst all that chaoticness,
Right.
Shopify finally come out on top. And like I said, WADA are now playing to tie things with 3 rounds. And that is just not, as a player, that is just not where you want to be.
No. And I mean, look at how SRG are playing this. They've got, they have an Odin for Sarah. Look at that. They've got money.
Yeah, they're playing the long haul. As they should. I mean, there's no need to really take insane risks to close this one out. Like, just play the economy game. Make sure you have healthy buys. All you need is 1 round. It just feels like even if you lose your gun rounds, you could bank all those ultimates. Good bait out of Paranoia from Starbound. While that was happening, cat control was gathered. But there's no smoke in Garden. About to be a flash that gathers this place.
I'm sorry. I'm dialed in on the fact that SRG has plenty of money. Donut doesn't even have armor. Alexis says, what are they? Is this a setup for a Sarah Ace with an Odin? Please tell me this is what we're buying for.
They just try to put themselves in the best spot possible to win 1 round. It's really smart. And you get the Hunter's Fury out?
Nah, no, brother, you're not. Stop.
Hunter's Fury was just used up?
They've gotten the spike down. Starbound TPing away, just barely. What? Oh my gosh, I thought Sarah was gonna get the second one. I was gonna lose my mind. Noya falls. That was almost the silliest round ever. But why did I get to 4?
You're so funny.
Bro,
Yeah.
I mean, you saw the snap.
It did look kind of crazy. But now, look, because of how you saved, you get to invest an operator into this round. You can get another Odin if you want. Yeah, I mean, if not, if Femboy doesn't TP out, maybe. Still a very big uphill battle here. Let's see if this chamber operator from Starbound can get some value, get a first blood on Dodonut's op in mid as well. It's going to be this head-to-head here. Drone is used. I don't know if it actually saw Dodonut. I mean, the tag not being there isn't enough to get Dodonut off the actual line. So that's why you see a mid-1 smoke come out.
Yeah.
But Dodonut doesn't care and jumps through and TPs away for information, sees nobody.
Yeah, quick little peek across the middle of the map. Double sent to utility on opposite sides of the map. You got the sound sensors A, the trips B. Node, and this time for Sarah. It's for Alexis. This cutting of noise doesn't feel great for WADA because every lane is covered from SRG right now. Paranoia out. They're going to try to bully their way into B. Remember, this is for a chance to extend the series, to try to keep hopes alive. Femboy's already down. Noya getting way too aggressive. Way too far. He'll trade it again. Backside. Hold from Dodonut. Trying to get as much info as possible. Chamber trip not connecting on anything. Not being able to punish, excuse me. His power pixel spams through the wall. Dodonut down. Still a chance for SRG to close the door on this. They're down in numbers, yes. Can they find a way in? Mel has Flash too.
The time is running down too low here, though. You're gonna have to be explosive on this retake. You have to go now. And
there we go. Flash.
Shot.
Yep. Starbound hitting 2. WADA get to 5. SRG are broke, and so there's a real good chance we get to 6 too.
Yeah. At this point, Shopify, take one of your remaining 2 timeouts. I imagine Effie's right now is saying, start banking some of these ultimates. Settle. You know, like, don't let this one slip away. You got the first blood here. You have this one in the bag. The only one who can take this one away from you is yourselves if you're Shopify.
Valorant can be a silly game at times.
Mm-hmm.
Shopify call a timeout, as you mentioned. Effies will get a chance to chat with the troops. Alexis, one off of their ult. You've got Sarah's ult too. The only one who's not really anywhere close is Donut. Meanwhile, for WADA, you have the op you can play around for Starbound.
Yeah, it's probably going to be another 1-3-1 lead with the operator of Starbound in mid or Catwalk going for one of those picks, especially against the Sheriff buys. Shopify like to do a lot of trap plays towards B main. See if they decide to set up for something like that or do another silent stack towards A, which just looks like it's more likely on the mini-map. But instead, it might actually just be a full like mid walk, like players on cat, players down mid. WADA need to do a default here. They need to play slow. They need to see if Shopify are willing to give them anything. And they need to be able to punish it as well. Start. Yeah, 2 players in mid. That allows Starbound to get a free op pick. So this mid play already not really paying out for Shopify.
No, and again, remember, this is an eco forum, but you're right. I think if you're WADA here, your big win conditions through this round, an ideal state is you carry through this, spending as little as possible. You keep the op into the next, given how expensive that weapon is. You just get through this as cleanly as you can.
Yeah. I also feel like on comebacks of this magnitude, like you need to min-max. Like, you need to be grabbing this orb onto Femboy.
Yes.
We need Femboy to be planting the spike. You need to start thinking like 2, 3, even 4 steps ahead to make a comeback this grand. A site is free for the taking for WADA. Juna, we left to get 1 sheriff in mid. I mean, that's an upgrade now for Dodo.
1,000%.
That's not a person you want to have a Vandal.
Nope.
And of course, it gets swapped over. Yep, classic.
Noya healthier in this position.
Makes sense.
And Femboy cleans up too. There's Noya good for it on 1. On to Femboy.
Last player standing.
I would have loved Dodo not having it just to get a little closer to the ult. But, I mean, either way. Or you could just get a kill with the Sheriff anyway. And so now, at best, you're halfway to your ult. I love Donut's reposition here. Not going to be enough to get anything off of that. His Power Pixel gets the last kill. WADA get up to 6. Donut, halfway to ult.
That's when we strike.
That gap is closing ever so slowly. Juna get taken out there. I think this is now where you're going to see a change, though, from Shopify. Like, this is the real reason why Effie's took a timeout. It's going to be this round right here. And I'm not really sure what the adaptation could be. Maybe a mid-trap is something I would personally call, because it's something that Shopify have really lacked on.
Yeah, they haven't shown that.
Yeah, and they didn't show it in most of their Ascent games that they've played.
Yeah, little Sharks tiles crunch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or even like a reclear of like when, you know, WADA like to slowly have that chamber operator work up mid, like trying to catch that timing with utility though. It looks like it's just a very passive play right now. Look at those trips so far back on B site. I think you could spam those from that right side of CT. That's a really unique setup that I don't think I've seen many teams run before.
I don't think so either. The deep smoke. Alexis getting pushed off the angle a little bit. Not connecting. So you got 50 seconds left in the round, and WADA don't have very much space at all.
And Starbound gets outpicked by Dodonut. Is this where it all crumbles? Your heavy hitter is down.
Yeah, but no, Juna's ult, Femboy's ult. Who's next? The concern with this, though, is you almost have too many tools. You don't really know how to chain them together on the fly like this. Ult has been popped by Sarah, trying to tag anyone who's coming in. Mel is down. As Femboy back sight.
Oh.
Oh, I thought Juno was going to pop the ult. Surely you're popping the ult here very soon. Trying to get a little bit closer as Donut lands a shot on a Power Pixel. Make that 3. SRG take the series and their grand finals bound.